Hey everyone, welcome back to English Unplugged. I'm Jake, here with my partner in myth busting, Nina.
Hey Jake. Excited for today's episode because, oh boy, I've heard some wild English learning myths out there. Some of them are so convincing, I almost believe them myself.
Same here. And honestly, some of these myths can slow people down or make learning English way harder than it needs to be. So, listeners, today's mission. Let's bust the biggest myths about learning English once and for all.
All right, Jake. First one, I hear this constantly. You can't learn English well unless you live in an English-speaking country. True or total nonsense?
That's a classic, and it's total nonsense. Sure, living in an English-speaking country gives you more exposure, but it's not a magic ticket. I've met people who moved to the UK or US and still struggled with English for years because they stuck to their native communities. Meanwhile, I know people in, say, Brazil or Japan who speak amazing English just by using online resources, watching movies, and practicing with friends.
So, what's the secret sauce if you're not living abroad?
Immersion. But immersion isn't just about location. It's about how you surround yourself with English, think, podcasts, YouTube, TV shows, reading, chatting online. Make English a daily habit. Even labeling stuff around your house in English helps. It's about creating your own little English country wherever you are.
Oh, I love that. So, listeners, if you're sitting in your kitchen in Seoul or Sao Paulo, don't stress. English is just a click away. Okay, next myth. Kids learn languages faster than adults, so if you're not a child, you're doomed. What do you say, Jake?
This one's got a grain of truth, but it's mostly a myth. Kids are fearless and they don't mind making mistakes, which helps them learn. But adults actually have some big advantages. Our brains are better at spotting patterns, we already know how to learn, and we can use logic. Plus, adults usually have stronger motivation. I once met a retired engineer who started English at 65, and within 3 years, he was giving tours in English.
Wait, hold up. So you're saying it's never too late? Even if I start at 50 or 70?
Exactly. Age is just a number. The key is staying curious and consistent. And hey, adults can actually learn vocabulary faster because they have more life experience to connect words with.
That's inspiring. All right, next up. You have to memorize tons of grammar rules to speak well. This one makes me cringe. Thoughts?
Oh, I get this all the time. Grammar is important, but obsessing over rules can actually slow you down. Think about how kids learn. They don't start with grammar books. They imitate, make mistakes, and learn from context. I always say, speak first, fix later. Communication comes before perfection. Absolutely. Mistakes are proof you're trying. In fact, some linguists call them beautiful errors because they show you're learning. I remember when I first tried to speak Spanish, I said estoy embarazado, thinking it meant I'm embarrassed. Spoiler, it actually means I'm pregnant. Everyone laughed, but I never forgot that word.
Oh, that's hilarious. Listeners, what's the funniest mistake you've made in English? Message us. We want to hear your stories. Okay, here's another biggie. If you don't have a native accent, you'll never be understood. Is that true, Jake?
Not at all. The world is full of English accents, and most people aren't native speakers. In fact, more people speak English as a second language than as a first. The real goal is clarity, not sounding like you're from London or New York. I once met a German businessman with a strong accent, but he communicated better than many natives because he was clear and confident. Nope. Unless your accent makes you hard to understand, it's totally fine. Your accent is part of your identity. Think of Arnold Schwarzenegger, super strong accent, super successful. Don't sweat it.
That's a relief. All right, here's one I hear from perfectionists. If you can't speak perfectly, don't speak at all. What's your take?
That's the biggest myth of all. If everyone waited to be perfect, nobody would ever say a word. Progress beats perfection every time. I like to say, fluency is about flow, not flawlessness. The more you speak, the better you get. So jump in, even if you fumble.
That's so true. I mean, I mess up words in my own language sometimes. Okay, let's switch gears. What about vocabulary? Some people believe you need to learn 10,000 words to be fluent. Is there a magic number, Jake?
Great question. You don't need thousands and thousands of words to communicate well. The 80 by 20 rule applies here. About 20% of the most common words cover 80% of daily conversations. If you know just 2,000 words, you can handle most situations. Focus on high-frequency words, not obscure ones.
So, no need to memorize floxenos nihilipilification to have a chat at the cafe?
Exactly. Unless you're trying to win a spelling bee, stick to what you'll actually use. Plus, words repeat, so you'll see and hear the most useful ones all the time.
I love it. Okay, next myth. Watching movies or listening to music in English isn't real learning. It's just entertainment. What do you say?
Not true. Movies, music, podcasts, they're awesome learning tools. They teach you real-life language, slang, pronunciation, and culture. Plus, they keep you engaged. I learned a ton of my French just by singing along to songs in the car. And when you enjoy what you're doing, you stick with it.
So, binge watching Friends counts as homework? I'm in.
You bet. Just maybe use subtitles at first, and don't be afraid to pause and rewind. It's guilt-free learning.
Here's another one. You have to study for hours every day or you won't improve. Fact or fiction?
Fiction. Consistency beats intensity. Even 10 to 20 minutes a day adds up. Think of it like brushing your teeth. I call it language snacking. You don't need a 5-course meal every time, just regular little bites.
That's a great analogy. So, listeners, if you're short on time, just sneak in a quick language snack on your commute or lunch break.
Exactly. And those small daily habits build momentum.
Let's tackle this one. Only native speakers can teach you real English. What's your take, Jake?
That's a big myth. Non-native teachers often understand the challenges learners face because they've been through it themselves. Plus, there are amazing teachers from all backgrounds who can help you get fluent. The best teacher is the one who helps you grow, not necessarily the one with the right passport.
That makes sense. I've had both native and non-native teachers, and honestly, it's the passion and creativity that made the difference.
Exactly. And remember, English is a global language. There's not just one right way to speak it.
All right, before we go on, let's check our inbox. We got a message from Layla in Turkey. She writes, I get nervous speaking English because I'm afraid people will laugh at my mistakes. How can I get over this fear?
Great question, Layla. First, you're not alone. Everyone feels this way at some point. My advice, reframe mistakes as mini victories. Every time you mess up, you're one step closer to getting it right. Try practicing with friends or language partners who are supportive. And honestly, most people are too busy worrying about their own mistakes to notice yours.
Totally. And let's be real, native speakers make mistakes too. Like, have you ever heard someone say irregardless? That word doesn't even exist.
Oh, don't get me started. Or when people mix up there, and there. No one is perfect. Layla, keep going and maybe even challenge yourself to make 3 funny mistakes a day. It takes the pressure off.
I love that. Okay, time for our language fail of the week. Jake, got any embarrassing English moments to share?
Oh, do I ever. When I first started teaching, I once said to a class, let's eat kids, but I forgot the comma, and it sounded like, let's eat kids. The students cracked up, and I never forgot to pause again.
Oh my gosh, that's brilliant. Listeners, punctuation saves lives. Commas. not just decorative. Oh, yes. I once told a friend I was bored of the rain, but I said, I'm boring of the rain. She laughed and said, don't worry, the rain probably thinks you're boring too. English is tricky.
That's gold. See, even hosts mess up. It's all part of the journey.
All right, let's wrap up with some key takeaways. Jake, what's your top tip for busting English learning myths?
Number 1. Don't let myths hold you back. You don't need to move abroad, be a child, or speak perfectly. Consistency, curiosity, and confidence are your best friends. And remember, real-life practice beats textbook perfection every time.
My tip: make English part of your life. Watch what you love, talk to people, laugh at your mistakes, and just keep going. Myths are just stories. Write your own.
Couldn't have said it better. If you enjoyed today's myth-busting session, hit that follow button, share this episode with your friends, and don't forget to subscribe for more English adventures.
And send us your funniest English mistakes or myths you've heard. We love hearing from you. Thanks for tuning in, everyone.
See you next time. Keep learning, keep laughing, and keep myth-busting.